pity. I hope he doesn't die. After all, he's the only living captive member of the Asian Confederation. How old is he, by the way?
34.
Oh, you're joking, of course.
No.
Mary, Western society only moved under the surface of the earth some 16 years ago. Now, that would mean that the enemy was captured when he was only a boy.
Yes.
He told you this?
Oh, no, he tells everyone he's 42. I deduced it from inconsistencies in his statements.
Well, that's a little dangerous, isn't it?
Well, you're the only one I've told, Dad.
I wish you wouldn't even tell me these things.
Do you expect your friend Colonel Moss to pop out from under the bed?
Now you're being facetious. It's no laughing matter, Mary. The whole concept of the enemy is so charged emotionally...
And so full of lies.
Mary!
It's true. I've been talking to him for 6 months now. He's just an ordinary young man who happens to have had the bad luck to come to symbolize every hated thing we fight against.
I've heard him speak. He is hateful.
He knows what to say if he wants to keep alive.
Mary, I won't hear any more of this.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. I suppose it doesn't serve any useful purpose.
It isn't that. I'm thinking of your own safety. If remarks like this were overheard, do you know what they do to traitors?
I've heard they turn them over to the leadys.
They're taken up to the surface. As they approach it, the radioactivity begins to destroy them. And by the time they reach the top...
I'll be careful.
Good. Now then, why don't we stop this morbid talk? How about turning on some music,
All right. Dad.
Yes?
What was it like?
What?
On the surface.
Don't you remember?
Mm-mm.
Oh, no, of course not. You were only about 6 at the time. Well, it's best not to talk about it too much.
Oh, tell me, Dad, please.
Well, it was quite different from living underground. We lived in a valley, your mother and you and I. There were pretty farms along the floor of the valley, little white houses and green fields and trees.
Oh, and there were birds.
Yes. I'm afraid the birds are extinct now.
It must have been hard for you those first years underground.
It wasn't pleasant. But I had my work at the War Institute. There was so much to be done then, building the leadys to take over the surface war, designing the pneumatic tubes to get supplies and weapons up to the robots, organizing the robot councils on the surface, and, of course, the constant fight against radiation leakage. Well, we're still working on that one.
I wonder what my life would have been like if it hadn't happened. About all I know is metal walls and great roaring factories and barracks.
Nobody wants to live this way, my dear. We have to. Someday, when the enemy is defeated...
What makes you think he'll be defeated? The Asians are just as secure underground as we are.
When our leadys conquer theirs...
Dad.
What is it?
Dad, the enemy, the one I've been interviewing.
I thought we weren't discussing him.
He mentioned a word to me.
A word?
Yes, it seems to me that I heard it before when I was a little girl.
It's best to forget these things.
No, I don't know what it means, but it might even be a bad word, but I have to ask you.
I'd rather not.
Please?
Well?
The word was peace. Oh, Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shock you. I think I'll go up to my room. I have to get up early. I'm taping an interview with the enemy. Excuse me.
Get me the Director of Internal Security.
Yes?
Moss, this is Donald Taylor.
Yes, Donald.
It's about my daughter.
Mary?
Yes. She's been working with the enemy, as you know, compiling a new study.
Yes?
I'm afraid from some of the things he's told her that he may not be completely sane.
Oh?
I thought perhaps you might, supervise their relationship a little more. After all, she's been spending almost 6 months in his company, several hours a day.
I see what you mean.
Now, I don't mean to suggest that anything has happened already. Her attitude's...
Don't concern yourself about it. Everything will be handled discreetly.
The enemy is waiting inside, Miss Taylor.
Good. Is the recording and filming equipment ready to go?
All checked and ready.
You've checked the restraint suit on the prisoner?
Yes, miss.
You may leave us alone.
Just buzz when you want me, Miss Taylor.
I will. Thank you, guard. Hello, hateful one.
Hello, beloved.
How are you?
Feeling no pain?
I thought about you last night. I talked to Father.
Be careful.
Oh, it's all right.
Oh, this can't go on, Mary. Sooner or later, someone will suspect.
I don't care. I love you.
Mary. Well, you'd better get something on tape. If anyone comes in.
All right. Tape number 425X. Subject, recorded interview with captive ZN2, former soldier of the Asian Confederation and enemy of the Western Confederation.
I'm Joseph Cully, serial number ZN2, former soldier of the Asian Confederation.
What were you taught to believe concerning the people of the Western Confederation?
I hate them with all my heart. They are inhuman and to be destroyed.
What is your objective?
It is the objective of my people to enslave all members of the Western Confederation and to utilize them for the benefit of the masters of the Asian Confederation.
Did you ever witness any murder of members of the Western Confederation?
I was a pilot in a group which dropped radioactive dust on women and children who were preparing to be evacuated underground. I myself killed some 15,000.
We will discontinue the interview to check the quality of the recordings. And to kiss the lips of the captive from the Asian Confederation. Oh, Joseph, I can't tell you how it pains me to hear you mouthing this stuff.
It keeps me alive.
If there were only some way to escape, some place to go.
The surface is the only place to go. And the radioactivity kills you in 40 minutes with the thickest lead suit.
Sometimes I think even 40 minutes of freedom would be worth it.
40 minutes of pain?
If that's the price, then
For myself, I wouldn't care. But for you, Mary.
If there were a way to reach the surface...
There is.
Colonel Moss.
This has been, I must say, a most interesting interview to hear.
You heard it.
From the beginning. We had the room wired this morning.
Then you know.
Yes.
What's going to happen to us?
To you, nothing. Because of my friendship for your father and your own youth. We will simply require that you remain silent about anything that has happened.
And Joseph?
The enemy will be handed over to a D-class leady at the mouth of the tube and taken to the surface. We will perform the entire operation with a ceremony and a public announcement.
He'll die.
Precisely.
No. Please.
Now you'd better go. Your father is waiting outside.
Joseph.
Mary, do as he says.
Joseph, I love you.
Take her out.
Please let me say goodbye to him.
Remove her.
Joseph, please. Please let me stay, please. Father?
Yes?
Did you talk to Colonel Moss?
Yes.
And?
He'll permit you to come along and watch the ceremony, provided
Provided?
there's no display of any sort, and, of course, a public denouncement of the whole matter. He's prepared a statement to the effect that the enemy tried to dupe you, that he used hypnosis, etc., etc. Well?
I'll sign it.
The ceremony is at the foot of the tube tomorrow morning at 6. At that hour, the enemy will be handed over to a D-class leady, which is being brought down from the surface. Remember your promise.
Detail! Halt! The prisoner is ready to be turned over, sir.
Is the robot here?
The robot is arriving now.
I'll give the orders. I wish to converse with it.
Yes, sir. The robot has landed at the foot of the tube, sir.
Switch on the intercom. Robot,
Robot N71.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
We have a prisoner to turn over. He is to be taken to the surface and destroyed.
Yes, sir.
Before we send him into the radiation lock, there are a few questions the military would like to have answered.
Yes, sir.
How is the war going on the surface?
The war continues. We are a little short of fast pursuit craft, the single-seat type.
It will be noted.
Our missiles pounded the Euro munitions plant of the Asian robot team last night with good results.
Excellent. Are you ready to receive the prisoner?
I am ready.
I must warn all observers to remain behind the lead wall when the radiation lock opens. A few seconds' exposure to a hot leady is enough to cause serious damage. Prisoner, step forward.
Father.
Steady, Mary. Remember your promise?
Yes. Is he?
He's there.
Oh, if I could only see him alone a minute.
It's out of the question. Keep well behind the lead wall.
Ready?
Ready, Colonel.
Open the lock. Step into the lock, prisoner.
He's in with the leady. You can almost feel the radiation. By now, he's as good as dead.
Lower the door.
No! Wait! Joseph! Joseph!
Mary, come back!
Hold the door!
Mary!
Robert! Remove the woman and take the prisoner to the surface. Hurry!
She'll be burned to death.
Don't go out there. The lady is pushing her out. Close the lock!
Mary!
Sergeant! Get a technician in a radiation suit to pick her up. Have her shielded and brought to the decontaminating chamber.
Yes, sir.
My daughter.
You'd better get into a lead suit, Donald. We'll see what we can do to save her.
How is she? Bad?
I don't understand it.
What's wrong?
She's cold, not a trace of radiation.
You mean the leady wasn't radioactive?
It's impossible. Those robots are exposed to enough radiation in an hour to kill a regiment.
Well, could the counter be defective?
I've checked it. No, it must be some freak. Somehow she avoided exposure to the rays. Well, you're a very lucky man, Professor.
Can I see her?
Yes. Go in.
Thank you. Mary,
Hello, Dad.
did they tell you you're going to be all right?
Yes.
Well, you don't seem overjoyed.
Should I be?
You really care for this murderer of women and children?
Dad, for the last time, Joseph never murdered any women and children. He confessed to those crimes to keep alive.
Well, we won't discuss it. You're safe. That's all that matters.
Is he... Was he taken up?
Yes. By now, he's gone.
I don't believe it.
Mary.
I don't believe it. Somehow, deep inside me, I know he's alive. Somehow, I knew that leady wasn't radioactive.
That leady. Yes, that's puzzling. We'll have to investigate that. I'm going to send an order to the surface asking that the same leady be sent down again. There's something very strange about the whole business.
The tube is arriving with the leady as you requested, Professor.
Good. I'm going in to examine it.
Isn't that dangerous, even with the suit on, sir?
It won't take me long.
Very well. He's reached bottom.
Open the lock.
Father.
Hold it. Mary, what are you doing here in a radiation suit?
This is the same leady, isn't it?
Yes. I was just going in to examine it.
I want to go with you.
Why?
This is the leady that took Joseph up. I want to speak to it and find out.
Now, Mary, why torture yourself?
It's more torture this way. I have to know. If he's alive or dead, I have to know.
He's dead.
The leady will know. Please, Father, please.
Very well. Close your helmet. Open the lock, guard. Ready, Mary?
Ready.
Let's go in. You're Robert N71?
I am.
The same who escorted the prisoner to the surface this morning?
Yes.
Is he...
He is dead. The radiation killed him before he reached the surface.
Oh, no.
Steady, Mary. Robert,
Sir?
you accompanied him to the surface?
Yes.
You've been exposed.
I've fought in 3 battles.
Then explain something.
Sir?
According to a counter I have concealed in my suit, you're cold. Not a trace of radioactivation. How do you explain this? Well? Answer me. That's an order.
I must return to the surface.
Not till you answer me.
I must return to continue fighting the war. Do not attempt to stop me.
I again...
Daddy has a ray gun.
Look out! Keep back. I've shorted him with the metal counter. He'll be burned out in a second. That was close.
I thought these robots were unable to harm their masters.
He might have been bluffing, but I couldn't take a chance.
Why do you suppose he did it?
I don't know. But I'm beginning to suspect something so fantastic that I've got to find out about it.
Find out?
Leave the tube, Mary.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to the surface.
What?
My suit will protect me for about 5 minutes up there.
No humans have been up to the surface for years. It's illegal.
I know all about that. Now, will you leave the tube?
No. I'm going with you.
Mary, please.
If you go, I go with you.
All right. Hang on. I'm going to start the elevator. Here we go. Almost there.
I'm almost afraid to look, Father. All that ruin.
The car's stopping.
The silence is frightening. Father, what was that?
It sounds like a rooster.
That's impossible. There's no living thing on Earth.
Open the car door.
Father!
Mary, do you see what I see? Trees, forests, a windmill, and farmhouses. Look, we must be dreaming.
Father! Birds! Look!
It's unbelievable. Oh, no, I can't believe it. I can't.
Raise your hands, both of you.
It's a leady.
Do as he says. He's armed.
Good. I am Alpha 5, chairman of the Surface Council.
What's this all about? Where's the war? The ruins? What's happened here?
Can't you guess?
The war.
There is no war. There hasn't been any war for 15 years.
No war? But the guns, the munitions,
We've been destroying them as fast as you sent them to the surface.
And the Asians.
Their robots have been destroying their arms also.
Why? How did this happen? What about those films of the destruction of San Francisco? What about those televised reports, the bombings, the slaughter?
Models.
Models?
We have a full-time division of A-class robots who do nothing but photograph the progress of the fictitious war using scale models. The entire destruction of San Francisco, which you witnessed on your televisors, took place on a tabletop.
Well, how did this come about?
Quite logically. You created us to pursue the war for you, while you human beings went below ground to survive. But before we could continue the war, it was necessary to analyze it, to determine its purpose. We did this.
And?
We found it had no purpose. War, to the logical mind, is absurd, but it fulfills a need in human terms. The need to direct your hatred of yourselves away from you and on to others. Eventually, man will grow up enough so that he can face his own dislike of himself with humility. The time has almost come, as a matter of fact. Until it does come, we decided to preserve the illusion of war. Meanwhile, we rebuilt the cities, replanted the farms, and kept everything in readiness. We are the caretakers.
And what will happen to my daughter and myself?
You will remain on the surface with the others.
Others?
There is a small group of members of the Asian Confederation which came to the surface only a few months ago. They are farming a valley not far from here. By the way, you may remove your radiation suits. There is no radiation.
You said the others. Does that mean that the prisoner, the one who...
He is alive and well.
Father, he's alive. Where is he?
In a farmhouse not far from here. He has rejoined some of his people.
Would you take me to him? Can I see him?
Of course, if you will just follow me.
Wait. There's another car rising in the tube.
Stand aside.
Just remain where you are. Sergeant, take this leady into custody.
Yes, sir.
Well, Professor, this is quite a sight.
How did you happen to come here?
The guard told us you had surfaced. We found the shorted robot where you left it and discovered it was cold. So we decided we'd better investigate. Good Lord, what a shock this is.
A blessing, Colonel, not a shock.
Do the Asians know about this?
A few of them have surfaced, but the underground civilization is still ignorant of it. They think the war is going on just as our people do.
Don't say. You know what this means, don't you?
It means the end of the war. It means peace.
It means victory, Professor. It means we can mount a full-scale attack. We can drop hydrogen fission bombs right down their tubes. We can wipe out the whole race.
But there's no need. There's no war.
There will be. I'm returning underground to report this to Supreme Headquarters. You'll have to accompany me for security purposes.
You cannot do that, Colonel.
Since when does a robot give orders to a human?
We were constructed to protect you. In this case, we will protect you from yourselves.
Stand aside. We're going to the tube.
I will be happy to stand aside, but you will not be able to descend.
No? Well, we'll just see.
Look out! Father, what is it? What happened?
Look. Good Lord. They've destroyed the tube. We're sealed off.
Exactly. We have always had heat bombs in readiness for just such an emergency. Lead and rock are fused for a depth of some 10 miles. It will be years before your people can reconstruct the tube.
I don't believe it.
It makes no difference to us whether you believe it or not.
Men, destroy this robot.
There are many more.
Destroy him. Now.
Look, down the road. Humans. A bunch of humans coming toward us.
Why, they're waving.
Those are rations.
Joseph! Joseph! Father Joseph's with them.
Ready arms, men. As soon as they're close enough, I'll give the signal to fire.
Colonel, in heaven's name, they aren't even armed.
They're the enemy.
Our only hope for survival is to join with them. We'll need food and shelter. If we destroy them...
The professor is right, Colonel. We're cut off from our own people.
Sergeant, another word, and I'll have you court-martialed. Now, ready your weapons.
Men, don't do it. Our only hope now is peace.
Silence!
I've got to warn them. Go back! Go back!
All right, Professor, you asked for it. Now!
Father! Father, is he...
Colonel Moss is dead. Thank you, Sergeant. You've saved not only my life, but many others.
I couldn't see any other way, Professor. We gotta live, too.
Father,
Yes, Mary?
does this mean that we can have peace?
If we want it, Mary. If we really want it, we can have it.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, which this month features the Clifford D. Simak novelette titled Drop Dead, the story of a perfect world, accommodating and peaceful. But how it got that way was less ghastly than how it stayed that way. Galaxy Magazine, on your newsstand today. Tonight, by transcription, X-1 has brought you the George Lefferts adaptation of The Defenders, based on a story from the pages of Galaxy written by Philip Dick. Featured in the cast were Lydia Bruce, Warren Parker, Grant Richards, Robert Dryden, Michael Ingram, Stan Early, and Ivor Francis. Your announcer, Fred Collins. X-1 was directed by Daniel Sutter and is an NBC Radio Network production.
morning, weirdos. What's going on, peeps? What's up? Good morning, Joey. You just woke up.
Jeez, me too. My daughter just went to sleep at 5 in the morning. She's just heading off to bed now. The homework kid, I'm telling you. She does absolutely nothing during the day, during the evening, but as soon as Mom and I go to bed, she's like all over the computer. She just like homeworks herself all night long. It's crazy. It's crazy. So hopefully it's going okay for her. University life can be quite trying, quite challenging. So good on you, baby. Yeah, baby, I'm telling you. All right, I lied. I played a little Minecraft the other day. I had to. I guess I'll probably play again before Monday in order to get my act together for Monday night. Ooh, tonight we got a show. We got a show tonight. I got to put together some music for tonight, right? Because I've got about a half an hour long video time machine, which means I have to put together about 90 minutes worth of music. I'm possibly thinking about, rather than putting together 90 minutes of music, maybe put together less and come up with some nostalgic trivia to discuss. I've got a shitload of books around here. I'll probably dig through some books and Google some things and jot down a few notes so that we can discuss some of the artists and their art. Right? Oh my gosh. I got to sleep early last night. I did. I got into bed about 10. And I read for a little over an hour. And then just found myself nodding off with the book in my hands. So I was like, okay, time to go to bed. So I turned everything off and went down. And then I got up to take a leak, and I'm like, oh, God, I hate it when I get up. And it's like 30 minutes to the alarm, right? And so I get up, and I go and I take a leak. I come back, I look at the clock, and it's like, oh, it's only like 12:30 or something. It's like, okay, well, that's cool. Great. So I get into bed, roll over, close my eyes, go to sleep, and then all of a sudden I wake up and have to take a leak again. And it's like 3:45. I got to get up in 15 minutes. It never fails. It never fails. I can't just sleep right till the alarm. I sleep until about 15 minutes to the alarm, and then I nod until the alarm goes off, and then I snooze, and then I nod, and then I snooze, and then I nod. It's fucking annoying. House is quiet, isn't it? To put on a little air. Just the silence, you know. Oh, hot coffee. Oh my goodness. So this morning, I put together the last of the Gildersleeve episodes for all of September and October. Now I have one Inner Sanctum and one Night Beat, and then next week is done. So since I'm only using one Inner Sanctum a month, I only need to create about 3 Inner Sanctums. But I need to create about 6 to 8 of those Night Beats. Good old Night Beat. Bite me. Oh. Yeah, I gotta do something about those notebooks. Maybe I got cheap paper. You know what? I need to buy the little round donut things that you put over the holes on paper so that it doesn't tear out, you know. I might have to reprint a few pages here. I could just copy it, make a copy. Let's make a color copy of it. That'll be easier than copying it. It's easier to copy it than to copy it.
What the hell did he say?
I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Wait a second. Joey, if you're just waking up, what the hell did you do last night? I mean, you know, I guess you didn't work. Totally. So one of the owners of a couple of the houses that we caretake for is going to be coming out, I think, this weekend to stay in one of the houses. So you just slept last night, huh? Right on. It's good that somebody can sleep. I'm surprised I slept for like 3 hours without waking up, right? Usually I can sleep for about an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then I'm up and I got to take a leak, turn, roll over, let a dog out. I mean, it's always something, right? Wow. Yeah, I was surprised last night to actually get like 3 hours straight. You're off on Thursdays. Oh. Only? Oh, Thursdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays? It can't be just Thursdays. I mean, come on. They gotta, you know, they gotta be nice to the slaves once in a while and let us have a couple of days off, you know. You went to bed at 3. Oh, jeez. You guys and your all-nighters. You should hang out with my daughter. I'm telling you. She just... If she's not doing homework, she's doing... What is that? Oh, that one video game. Oh, crap. I don't remember. Fortnite. That's it. She's usually playing Fortnite or doing homework or listening to music or doing all of the above at the same time. It's crazy. Thursday. Thursdays and Saturdays or Thursday through Saturday? You got to be more specific with the old guy because I don't understand stuff. So you get off on Thursdays and... No, they can't split your days up like that. You get like a Thursday off and then a Saturday off because that's fucked. You need 2 days together. You need to rub 2 days together to have a decent weekend. Now, if you're getting a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that's 3 days. That's great. But if you're getting Thursday and then Saturday, stand up for your slave rights. Demand 2 days in a row. I would. Now that's better. Thursday through Saturday. Well, that's a hell of a weekend. Yeah. You could do that on a 3-day weekend. You could get on a plane after work, fly to Vegas, take a nap, get up, party for 2 nights, right? And get up and come home. And I got a slow signal here again. I just dropped a few frames. I don't know why it does that. Yeah. Anyways, Hans. Orale, Hans. Thursday through Saturday. Oh, well, you might be around tonight for the show. You should check it out. 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. About 6 o'clock, I'll be doing the video time machine. But the rest of the time, it's just I'm going to be playing music, man. I'm just going to be playing some cool jams from the 20s and 30s. I'm actually I thought, you know what, it'll be neat, and I'll get to find out a little bit about some music that I don't know about, and I'll get to listen to a little bit here and there, and I actually find myself enjoying the hell out of that music. I've got favorite songs. I know the words to a bunch of stuff. It's like, I feel like I have a real connection to the 20s and 30s. But then I've always felt like that, you know. The old cars, the ukuleles and the banjos, the fur coats, the straw hats. How's your mother? You know, 23 Skidoo. Just do the Charleston, man. Yeah, it's crazy. I just love it. I just love it. Love it. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, wow. So, we're looking at about... it's just over a month away to that concert in Vegas. I got to make sure my daughter gets us what we need. We need those earplug things. She's going to be there all day, so she needs those Gucci earplugs, right? So she's going to get a few pairs of those. I need a cane with a seat on it, right? One of those canes that you can walk around, and then a seat flips down and you can sit down. Right? I need one of those. That's what this guy needs. If I had one of those at those standing room only concerts, like this outdoor festival in October, yeah, I'm going to need to sit down on a regular basis. So I'm looking for a cane. And then we need a room. We got to get us a room for a couple of nights. Be the three of us, unless somebody else decides to go and take my place. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, if somebody else wanted to go and do the whole day and go hang out with the kids and do that, I would let them have my ticket. If somebody wants to go, I want to go, but I only want to go for the time that I want to go, well, then I'm going, right? But, you know, when we were young festival, God, jeez, I didn't think I was going to make it here, honestly. I thought, oh, but it's a year away. By the time we get there, I'm sure she will have found somebody else to go. Nope. She has a cousin that wanted to go last year. Yeah, I think she went last year. And it just didn't work out that Natalie could go. But now she wants to go this year, and she's got tickets. And it's like I told her, you know, look, if you're not a driver and you're taking somebody who's not a driver, you need to have an extra ticket for somebody who's going to drive, or a company, or all the above, right? I mean, that's just the way you do it. You know, when teens and 20s, we'd go to Ticketmaster, we'd go to the mall, or wherever we'd get tickets. And whoever went and got tickets would usually get tickets for everybody else. You know, hey, give me a ticket. Hey, give me 2 tickets. And we'd go in, they like $10, $20 a piece, right? It was real easy to get tickets back then. And then we always made sure to get extra tickets. You always get extra tickets. I know hard today because of the prices and stuff, but it's important to get an extra ticket, right? Especially if you don't drive, because how are you going to get there, right? So this extra ticket goes to Dad, because Dad is the driver. But if we're in Vegas and there's another kid that wants to go, I'll just sit on my hands, you know. I'll just go to the room and watch YouTube. I can do that. I'm not really a Vegas guy. I'm not going to go, all right, well, if you guys go to the concert, then I'm going to go do these shows and go to the casinos and party. That's not me. I mean, if I'm going to go to a casino, it's just for a purpose. Or I'm just going to stay in the room, right? I mean, it's 120 degrees out there. What the hell do I want to be outside for? I don't go outside at home because it's 120 degrees outside. Why the fuck would I go outside in Vegas when it's 120 degrees outside? There's absolutely nothing out there to draw my attention. There's the ooh and the ah factor, and that's it. And I don't find any satisfaction in the ooh and ah factor for more than a few oohs and ahs, and that's it. Vegas, it has its things, you know. I enjoy the concerts. I enjoy the flashy bright lights. You know, but it literally, every time you turn around, somebody is there either with their hand out or they're patting you on the back and they're reaching into your pocket with the other hand, right? There's always a scammer. There's always somebody there with a story, a hard luck story, a good luck story. Here, you know, there's always something, you know. And I'm an easygoing guy, you know. You come up to me and you start telling me your stuff. Sure, I'll give you a few bucks. You know, I mean, what the hell? I probably spent, you know, just as much walking up and down the streets, handing money to people as we would have going out to get something to eat. You know, $20 or $30. It's not a big deal, you know. Money is a hard thing to come by, but I don't let it rule my being, right? It doesn't take charge of my soul. Somebody asks for $1, I'm going to give them $1, man, right? If I can see it in their face that they require $1 to survive, I'm going to give them that fucking dollar, you know? Sometimes you don't even have to ask. I can just walk by and see that you have a situation going on in your life that requires you to need help, and you can't ask for it, so I'll just give it to you, right? I'll just give you some fucking help. I've given a lot of this guy in town, Paul's got a big giant husky dog, takes him into all of the stores, and the dog just walks into the Circle K, walks behind the counter and just sits down in the air conditioning behind the counter. And the girls are like, hey, what's up, dog? You know, I can't remember the dog's name, but everybody knows the dog. And he'll just go outside and hang out and leave the dog inside under the air conditioner, you know, and he's homeless or semi-homeless, and he's just a nice guy, you know. I have no trouble walking up to him and dropping some money on him and here's some water for your dog and a bag of dog food and a pack of donuts. I mean, whatever else I got that's extra that I can provide for my fellow human, I'm going to fucking do that, you know. I don't think about how much money it's going to cost or how much money how much money do I have? I don't know. Do I have enough? Here, you know, money is money. It's going to happen. It's going to come along. You know, that's what money does. Money comes and goes, you know. I try not to kill myself over worrying about. I used to worry about money like it was death approaching me every day, and it was. And when you're homeless, it is, you know. And you know, we live a pretty poverty-stricken life here, and bring in very little money. But we also lead a very Spartan life and try not to spend too much money, you know. I got no trouble going out and making $100 and then giving 20 of it away to somebody who needs it. Pfft, I don't, you know. The percentage doesn't enter into my my character. It's like, if you need help, I'm going to help. Whatever I can do to help, you know. If I have to eat shit and be poor because of it, that's my decision, you know. If I can eat shit and be poor and make you eat a little less shit and be a little less poor, well, then I'm helping, right? Well, I have spent most of my life being poor. There have been huge portions of my life where I have been quite successful in the role of modern human, right? You know, the car, the job, the apartment, the bank account, and you know, all the Gucci stuff that goes along with it. And it was never satisfying. I'm more satisfied now with my life having absolutely next to no income, right? And just to kind of existing alongside of this old crap that I got here. My old crappy room. I gotta fix that camera. I gotta need to take the strap off of it so that I can get it to turn a little bit more. Okay, it ain't working right. It's over this way too far. It looks like this lamp here is my co-host. So, Captain, how's the ship faring? Really, you don't say. You look a little bit weathered. Captain. Aye, Captain. Oh, I'm going to heat up my coffee. That's what I'm going to do. Just a little bit. Oh, right. I forgot to tell you guys. So, like a couple of days ago, I'm in the bathroom, and I'm just sitting there on the toilet. You know, what you do on the toilet when you're sitting there, playing cards. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear my wife come in the door outside, from outside. And she goes into my daughter's room, and she says something to her, and, you know, and so it's something about, you got to come outside and see this, right? So my daughter gets up and she goes outside, and they for some reason they're like, make sure the dogs are in, right? So I'm like, all right. So I finish playing my hand on solitaire in the bathroom, and I think, all right, well, I'm gonna go out and see what the hell's going. I don't go outside much. It's part of my depressive nature. I don't know what it is. Like I try not to, or will usually just avoid eye contact with myself in the mirror. You know, it's pretty easy to do here, and avoid eye contact looking at myself in all these monitors, because I can't look at the camera and the monitor and see myself looking at myself. It just doesn't work that way. It's almost like looking at myself, but it's not. I don't know. I don't know what. Anyways, so I go outside, and my wife says there's a scorpion there, or Natalie says there's a scorpion over there, and I'm like, what? So I'm thinking, all right, little desert scorpion, and so I'm like, well, where is it? Where is it? My wife said it's under there, and we've got a building outside. It's a metal shed that I raised 18 inches off the ground, built a wood pony wall around it underneath, and then put a wooden face on the shed with a door, an actual real live door that locks and stuff. So it's an actual building, right? But along the bottom, we attached shelf brackets and put shelves all along the bottom of this shed where it's wood, so that my wife could have plants along this thing, right? And keep them up off the ground so the dogs don't piss on them. So I look underneath one of these shelves on the corner of the shed, and there's this big, giant, 3 inches long scorpion. Big, bright, whitish yellow, a scorpion. You know what one of them light-colored desert scorpions look like. It wasn't a black one. It was one of the lighter color. It wasn't a red one. It looked like a potato bug color without the stripes, right? Kind of a creamy, clear, beige, gray, yellowish. Anyways, she's like, well, what are we going to do about it? And I said, well, we got to kill it. If it was just a gopher snake or a tarantula, we would just relocate it, right? If it's a rattlesnake or a scorpion or a black widow or something like that, well, then you kill it. So it's like, well, we got to kill it. Well, how are we going to kill it without it running away or, biting us or something? So I look up under there, and it's like, all right, so we need to knock it down into something and then take it away and kill it, right? And so I look around, I find a bucket filled with cans, so I empty it out, and my wife hands me a 4-foot piece of 1/4 inch, 1/3 of an inch round little strip of bamboo, right? A little like garden sticks. So I take this bucket and I grab the handle and hold the handle while pushing the bucket stable, right, with my other fingers, so it doesn't just wiggle, right? And I take it and I lean it up against the shed right underneath the scorpion, and then just take that stick and I bumped it the first time and it was not moving. It was like, how's this thing still holding on? I just whacked it pretty good. And so I had to scrape it off the wall. I had to scrape it a couple of times before I finally knocked it off the wall and dropped into the bucket. And then it just kind of walked around the bottom of the bucket for a few minutes while I instructed my wife on how to kill it, because I wasn't about to. I don't do that. That's not my thing. If I have to, I will, but no. She's a farm girl. If there's a chicken to be deheaded or a snake to be killed or something to be, I leave that shit to my wife, right? If you want me to come in and capture something, then I'll be the great white hunter. But no, I'll squash a black widow easy peasy. The bigger the creature it is, the harder it is for me to feel the crunching of its body. So I gave my wife a big chunk of 2x4, and I said, after I go into the house, take this chunk of 2x4 and just mash that fucking scorpion with inside that bucket. Okay? Which is what she did after I left. Because I didn't want to have any part of that. It was, it was enough for me to get it and knock that fucker. It was a tough son of a bitch. And I knocked it off into that bucket, and that was enough for me. It's like, okay, I'm done. Here you go. Here's your implement of destruction. It's trapped. It's easy prey. Have at it. Goodbye. Like rats or squirrels. We used to have a garden, and these squirrels would come into the garden and try to steal my wife's food. She didn't like that. She'd go in there and she'd find a squirrel and she'd chase that fucker with a shovel, and she'd be whacking it and beating it and chopping it with a fucking shovel. She'd tack that fucking squirrel's body up to the outside of the garden to warn the other squirrels not to come around. I mean, it's like, whoa. Yeah. So, fuck with my wife. She'll use a shovel on you. The same thing of like when we were lived years ago, 20 years ago in Anza, rattlesnakes had come around. And I just had to tell her, look, if you see a rattlesnake, just fucking kill it. Just get a shovel and just whoosh, whack its fucking head off. Distract that son of a bitch and get it to look that way, and then just take its fucking head off. Especially if it's a youngin'. If it's a small one, you need to kill that son of a bitch, because we can't have that stuff around. We get dogs. In fact, that reminds me, we got to get back out there and do just that. We need to get the yard taken care of. So I'm just going to put on my list here: scorpions, spiders, and snakes. It sounds like a heavy metal record. Scorpions, spiders, and snakes. Oh my! So that is so that I will remember to go out there into the yard and clear out all of those corners that have leaves and piles of stuff and places where black widows and scorpions and snakes and shit hide. Put all the dogs in the house and grab a rake and start, moving shit around. That's all we can do. And at some point I need to move some dirt around and compact it a little bit more and get ready for those paving stones. We got to do paving stones. I think paving stones, and because I've got a metal wall all the way around the backyard, I think if I double the wall, right, which means metal on the outside and then something on the inside, bamboo or wood or, lap siding or something on the inside so that it gives the wall some dimension and some, it'll really help with the sound. But on the inside of the wall, I would like to be able to have more shelves hanging. If we can have shelves up high all the way around the fence/wall, it'll give us a lot of places to put plants. And I really, really want a lot of plants. But you can't have a lot of plants down on the ground, or jammed into corners and stuff, because you just wind up with scorpions. So, scorpion, man. Right in the backyard. So, yeah, we're going to have to deal with that. Because we got dogs. We got dogs that live out there, and they don't know. I mean, they see something weird running around, and they're going to try to chase it or kill it and not understand that it's bad news. So, and get rid of a bunch of the crap back there, because I have a tendency to hoard. But if I can get some things that are up off the ground, and then take a lot of that stuff that's out there and get it up off the ground, make fewer places for these creatures to come and hang out, because I don't want them. I don't want them, man. I don't fucking want them. I don't. No siree. No siree, Barbarooni. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, look, it's only 5:30. Wow. This is going to be one of those days. So at some point here, I am going to start up this other computer over here on some kind of video project, right? I've got an inner sanctum to make and a night beat to make and upload. So if I can get them made and then start working on stuff for next month, then then I'm ahead of the game. And that's it. I just need to upload 2 videos. Oh, and also, I went through yesterday and updated my let's see. Updated my files. My files. I've got this rolling file. Where is it? Damn, it's hard to. I keep it in the same place on both computers, but I never know where it is. Okay, we'll go to morning show. And there's Dimension X and topic, OTR. Nope. The catalog. The video catalog, that's what it's called. Yeah. The video catalog show files. Upload checklist. TV, it's empty. Alright, so it's not there. Well, I don't know what the hell I did with it. I guess I can just open up the Windows program and pull it there. Ah, yeah. Okay. Video upload checklist. Come on. Go ahead. You can do it. You can do it, man. Alright. Ooh, I'll show you this. Alright, we'll fade over to this real quick. And I'll put me in down here. So there we go. So this is my video upload checklist. There's the first video that I uploaded. My teaser trailer. Elsinore Brothers coming soon. I had no idea what I was doing. At that point, I had no clue. I knew that it was going to be Elsinore Brothers. And that's all I knew. And so that was pretty much going to be the title of my videos at that point. And then it just turned into Elsinore Brothers Studio and a Mondre Media production. And it just snowballed. So some of my early stuff is, so I've got my father's shows here, documentary stuff that I did, some short videos. So if we go further on, we can see the numbers increasing. Now we're up in 100 videos. And this is not live stuff, these are just videos. And then we go down a few pages more, and we're up at about 200 and something. And pages more. And we are at pretty much where I am now. Sheesh. Pretty much where yeah. So I've got 380 videos uploaded. I'll have to fill these in. That's the Inner Sanctum, the Night Beat, and the weekly upload, I believe. Yeah, the weekly program guide. No. Yeah, no. Oh, so I need to put in my Gildersleeves here. My Inner Sanctum here. Night Beat here. That is Friday night. And then here I need to put in the weekly program guide. And that's that. And that's how I keep track of the stuff that I put on my channel, so that I don't go, what the hell am I doing, and get overwhelmed. Because I started to get overwhelmed. I started to get so many videos. After about 100 videos, it was like, wait a second. Did I put this video on already? And then I would have to literally scroll through the channel, through my videos, to see if I had put a video up already. The old brain don't work so good. So I started writing stuff down. I started making program guides to keep track of what I wanted to put on and what I had put on. Lists of songs for my nighttime show, so that I can go back and look to see what I played last night, because I won't remember. So I look 3 or 4 a week in the past to see what songs I've played. Did I play this recently? I don't think I played it recently. Oh, I just played it yesterday. So I do that to keep me from getting stale, and to keep me from repeating stuff, because I have repeated a few things that I've had to delete. Repeat, delete, repeat, delete. So, yeah. And I enjoy lists. I enjoy cataloging things. I've had a few jobs throughout my life where that became a part of my job, was to keep track of things, to keep a rolling list of what was going on, what we were doing, what we required, what we needed, that kind of stuff. And those were my favorite parts of the jobs. When I was in plastics, I was in charge of samples and prototypes and creating procedures on how to produce products, right? So I had to keep track of all of this stuff. How do you do this? Well, some guys would go, let me see, let me look through my notes, right? And then it was, okay, if we're going to keep notes, let's keep some detailed notes. And then I would make out a note sheet where I would literally have to write in every detail about what I was doing and then file that away and then have that file number correspond with a cubbyhole shelf where, okay, these are samples here. This is sample number, 153 through 102 or 202, and so I would look in there and I would find the correct sample, and then it would have different stages of production in that sample bag, and it would have a few little important details in that sample bag that, I had to make the special thing to create that bend, right? So I would put that into the sample bag. Okay, here's that special thing that you need to create that special bend or to cool it a certain way. But when I left that job, it was like, okay, here's the file program, the database with all of the stuff. Here's how to use it. Here's how to access it. Here's the hard file with all of the diagrams and explanations and notes and everything. And then that corresponds to the actual hard physical copy of the sample in this area here. Yeah, when I got there, it was a disaster, and you couldn't find shit, and you didn't know how to do shit, and you had to figure shit out new every time. And by the time I was done, man, that place was just, yeah, it was a bumpin'. It's good, it's good. But yeah, so I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. It's fun. I'm surrounded by pieces of paper and notebooks and Post-its and dates and episodes and numbers and I like putting the show together. I've got to have this big catalog of songs to go through, and then I've got to select the songs, time everything out, pick out commercials live, update these files on occasion. Yeah, it really keeps me busy. I've never been so undepressed in my life, right? The last year of doing this stuff, I've been hit with that melancholy bug a few times, but it's been easy to come out of doing this stuff, especially the live. I don't know what it is, but I found that it's real easy to get on and be on a live stream, and I'm sure if I had more of a purpose during the times that I'm on, that would be more entertaining, right? The Minecrafting, that's a purpose to be on. It gives me something to do. We're enjoying something together, so that's kind of fun. The nighttime nonsense and nostalgia show, that's fun, that's entertaining, something to listen to, learning, entertained, that kind of stuff, So the half-hour Wednesday show live is going to be just about the reunion and shirts and the reality of what it's all about, trying to get people on board, trying to build up momentum, build up a fan base, an interest, build up an interest in the whole thing. So that'll be fun. And then I'm going to start jockeying around with the morning show a little bit, trying to figure out, maybe on Thursdays I might start literally, like I said, setting up a table in here and fiddling around with some of this old shit and having more of it on the show, but just one day a week. And then I might decide that Fridays I might just come on and do a live Friday morning drive, thing where it's more about the sound, you know, and rather than me just sitting here rambling, actually have a purpose, have some music to play, you know, make it more of a morning nonsense and nostalgia type thing, you know, where I can have sound effects and audio and stuff lined up, and music, and not so much video, because if it's going to be a drive time thing, I just want people to be able to pop it on their stereo, or, you know, Bluetooth it into their car stereo and listen to it, right? So it's going to be more about that, more about morning entertainment, Friday morning funny stuff, you know, something like that, Friday funnies, something, just to shake it up. You know, like I said before, organic is my favorite word with this channel, organic. I just want it to happen. I just want it to kind of flow, you know, from one thing to the next. It's like, ooh, this is fun, let's do this for a while. Like the programming over the summer was fun because I did not want to do any creating, you know. While I wasn't swimming in depression, I wasn't exactly feeling great. So it was neat. It kept me busy, kept me active on the channel. I'm going to, you know, I've already dropped out the 8 o'clock slot at some point. I don't know that I want to put up any less content than I'm putting up now every week. I'm putting up 3 videos a day and 5 videos on Wednesdays, plus the live stuff in the morning, plus there's going to be 3 live shows a night. So that's still quite a lot of content going up. And then that's going to leave me time to work on original stuff, which I've got a lot on the table. There's just a ton of stuff that I can do. And it's just going to be a jumping off point. It's like, okay, I need to create my first original video in how many months, and this is going to be it. And that should just spur me on to do more and more and more, and hopefully get some momentum going and weave it together with the other things happening on the channel, and try to have more flow, more continuity, more connection between the morning, the afternoon, and the evening stuff, right? I think it does pretty well now, you know. I've got my regular old-time radio shows, and those are on a regular schedule. Even the monthly stuff is regular. And then the educational films that I post, that I borrow and share, they seem to have a flow of their own, right? Mainly it's a lot to do with childhood development, puberty, growing up, being a kid, turning into an adult. It has a lot to do with things in the past that I enjoyed, science and archaeology, and you know, I think that the educational films that I share highly represent portions of who I am, which is why I do that. So if you get a chance to watch any of the educational films, there's a lot of little pieces of those things in me. Because I grew up watching educational films in school, and a lot of TV and PBS. A lot of PBS. And a lot of this stuff is PBS-esque. PBS-esque. What the hell did he say? I don't know. But I think I gotta warm up this coffee again. Did I just warm it up? No, I gotta warm it up. Oy. Oy. And then we'll discuss. Is he disgusted? Yeah. Betamax. That's it. Future is here. PBS-esque. 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 I don't know. What the hell did he say? I don't know. What's he saying? Who's saying what? Hello? 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 Yeah. Scorpions, spiders, and snakes. Yeah, that's totally a 70s, 80s rock and roll album, right? Totally. The band called Third Wheel, and their latest LP, Scorpions, Spiders, and Snakes. And then in parentheses it says, kill 'em with a shovel. No. Yeah. Anyways, Holmes, orale, man. Man. Orale, man. I almost got my daughter's Switch last night. She did her online class, and it was like 6 minutes until her class was going to start. So I went in there and said, "Can I get your game?" Because I figured, she's going to be in class, and then she's going to go straight to homework, and then take a break. And then she said, "Yeah, go ahead, but I need it back at 7 o'clock." And I'm like, "What time is it?" It's like, it's almost 5:30, and it's like, well, that's an hour and a half. That's not really enough time for me to get on and do what I got to do and then get off. She said, "Well, I need it back at 7 because I'm going to be in this Fortnite tournament, and I might win some money." And I'm like, "Well, wow, you go." And I said, "Well, then don't even worry about it. I'll get it afterward." And then by the time it was 8 o'clock, I had been in here punching on the keys, editing, God, fucking elbow, editing video, saving shit out, and the TV on. And so I was like 5 screens to the wind, and I was like, I'm done. I can't stare at a screen any longer. So I just crawled and I turned everything off except for one computer that was saving out something, Gildersleeve. And I just crawled into bed with my book, read for an hour. But I feel the itch. I feel like digging a road, right? I feel like gathering resources. And I will, at some point, Joey, get it figured out so that you can actually join me during, of course, it's Monday nights. So if I get you on for a game at some point when I'm not on a scheduled, we can either go live or we can just decide, why don't I just record it? And then I can just edit out some highlights, right? And put together a little highlight video. So there's that. Man, I am just getting pummeled. Pain. I know when it gets really, really bad, really quick, because the sleep hits me before the pain. And that's just the way I'm set up for this particular pain, because I've had it so long. And taking pills to kill the pain for so long, I just kind of trained my body, or my body trained itself. But my natural response, the automatic reflex for my body is, before the pain can connect with my brain, I get ultra drowsy, and then when the pain really comes in, I just pass out. I just go lay down, push myself back into a bunch of pillows, find the most comfortable spot for my neck, and then just let sleep take me. And it's like a pain pill. And it's all psychological. I know how it works. I know that it's doing that my brain is reacting this way, and I just let it happen. It's been like that for almost a decade. It took me a couple of years to figure it out. Why am I so sleepy all the time? Jeez. And I would just give into it. Thinking, oh, okay, it's my body responding. I'm also in a lot of pain. The pain is greater than it usually is, and I'm ultra sleepy. There's a connection there, so I just let it happen. I just let it happen. It's good. It's good. It's totally good. KMET rocks. Yep. KMET rocks, man. And everybody, it's the weekend, so break out your Betamax VTRs and put on your favorite movie, and let's chill out, man. I might actually open up my copy of Bugsy Malone, right? But I think I might actually do, maybe that's what I'll do with the nighttime nonsense and nostalgia, as I'll do my hour of music, 20 to 30 minute or so episode of the Video Time Machine, and then use the last half hour to explore things from the past. And Bugsy Malone would be one of those things that I could explore from the past, because I could literally have physical items to represent the movie, right? It would be great if I could get one of the actors still around, to video chat me. Boy, wouldn't that be cool? But I could set up a projector. I could open up my 16 millimeter 2 reels of Bugsy Malone and put that on and actually play a little bit of it on the screen. I wouldn't be able to have the sound, and we couldn't have the camera directly at it, and it could only be on the screen for a few seconds at a whack, but you could see it up on the screen. We could open up my Betamax copy of Bugsy Malone. We could get into looking at some trailers, behind the scenes footage. Just one of my favorite all-time movies, and it's set back in the 20s and 30s, right? It's flapper dresses and Tommy guns and Model Ts, and yeah, it's a great fucking movie. If you haven't seen Bugsy Malone, Jodie Foster, Scott Baio, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. And if you're going to watch that one, watch The Bad News Bears in Breaking Training. Watch them together. Double feature. There you go. It's a double feature, people. You got to do it. I first saw that double feature when I was 11. Yep. At the theater. It's good stuff. So, yeah. Since this whole channel is organic and everything just kind of works itself out, that's something I might try. Let's do some nostalgia stuff, and let's talk about it. Let's get into it. How many artifacts can I gather about? I think I've even got the Bugsy Malone soundtrack on LP, right? And the 16 millimeter, the Betamax. What else do I have that's Bugsy Malone related? I don't know. I know that I could probably dig up a whole lot on the internet, and that would be cool. Same thing with the movie Over the Edge, 1979. Matt Dillon, his very first movie that never hit the theater because it was too violent. That movie right there, right behind the cameras over here, is my wall poster, my poster, theatrical poster of Over the Edge. And it's a hardboard backed dealie. And it's one of my most favorite things, And I've got that. I've got it on DVD. I've got it on VHS. I sent a VHS copy to my brother with 2 VCRs and a stack of videotapes and a rewinder, and it was like, you know what, let's get nostalgic, dude. So, yeah, Over the Edge, that's another one. I don't have it on 16 millimeter. I do have it on LP, the soundtrack. I've been trying to find the soundtrack on 8-track, because that would be killer. That's, it's out there, it's just hard to find. Hard to find. I've seen it. I saw somebody buy it, and I was like, oh, I missed it. So I don't look for those kind of things, because I know I'll find it, but it'll be way outside of my price range, you know, which is more than, anything more than like swap meet prices, and it's out of my price range. Anything more than thrift shop. Even thrift shops are too much. Dog gets out of bed, he comes out of the room, goes to a door, turns away from the door and goes back into the room he just came out of, because that's where the doggy door is. So now he'll come back in. I had to leave the door open, so of course he could just do what he wants. You know, it's really cool outside right now. Yeah, it says it's 69. Feels pretty cool. Fall is coming along quick. I hope it starts to cool our days off really soon. I have no hope for the weather or the climate at this point. Everything's changing so fast. Annually, it just keeps getting weirder and weirder, the weather. You know, hotter summers, wetter and weirder because of the heat. There's more evaporation and humidity and monsoonal and hurricane stuff, and it's just, yeah, the earth is in upheaval right now, and it is pissed off. And like a dog, a wet dog with fleas, it's just going to shake itself really quick and try to get rid of a bunch of us somehow, you know. Something's going to melt and unleash some ungodly disease that's going to wipe off half of the planet. And that problem solved, you know. Really. You know, or who knows. This could all be related to something completely different than us. We may not be the cause of all of this. There could be some kind of weird shit going on in the universe, the galaxy, the planets. There could be a rogue planet coming around and disrupting our gravity, and or the aligning of the planets could have twisted us around and caused us to, if our north and south axis gets tweaked a little bit, we're screwed, right? It's going to really, and that's kind of feels like what's going on. If you look on the videos all over the planet, right? You look at so many videos of mountains, giant mountains just crumbling, right? Landslides, the entire face of a mountain just falling away, right? And that shit's happening from underneath. It's being pushed up from underneath. It doesn't just, it's not just what we see on the surface. Same thing with the weather. It's not just what we experience from day to day. It's how things are playing out over time, And I had to study this back when I was in college, and I probably would have gotten more into it had I continued, or maybe not, who wants to know? Who wants to know when you're going to die, right? Because that's basically it, The more you learn about climate change and the planets and physics, astronomy. Did you say astrology? Yeah. I'm a Leo. Yeah, the more you know, the scarier the world is. Believe me. I would love to go back to a time when I didn't know as much, or at least knew enough to try to help, back then. If I knew it, in 1980, I knew what Earth Day really meant, right? I probably would have treated Earth Day more like Christmas, right? And let's give to the planet, right? Let's help. And why not make it every day should be Earth Day, right? It should be up to every human to plant a tree, and to care for those trees until they can take care of themselves. It should be an obligation for us to rectify the things that we've done to this fucking planet, I mean, sure, all we do is consume, and we blame it on the people who harvest the materials for our consumption, right? But ultimately, it's us. We buy the shit. We're the ones that put it in the landfill. We want to blame everybody else because, legislation says that this, and we should change that, and change legislation. And then we just, leave it in their hands, and then a lobbyist comes along and buys somebody off. And nothing ever gets changed for the better. It just gets worse and worse and worse. I just, can we as people, as a society, figure out that we need to do things for this planet? No. People don't want to deal with that. They want to pass the buck, give the problem to somebody else. Here's my percentage, my fair share, now you deal with it. And then when you deal with it poorly, well then we're going to, and then get somebody else to deal with it. Because we don't want to fucking deal with it. We're too busy being fucking slaves. Slave to a mortgage, slave to a car payment, slave to this, slave to that, I mean, you have to buy health insurance now. In an unhealthy world where all they want to do is create unhealthy people that they can prescribe garbage to, it's vicious that we're forced to do all of these things that serve other people, forced to buy insurance, but you hate fucking doctors and you can't trust them because all they want to do is give you pills. Let me deal with the dog here. All right. is too much. He gets in there and he gets up, and I boost him up, and he gets right up there next to my daughter, lays right down there next to her, puts his head right there on her pillow next to her, and looks up at me, and with those big brown eyes, he says, "Shut the fucking door and go away." He's such a sweetheart. Oh yeah, he's adorable. He's adorable. They're all like that. They just want to. It's like, okay, is people getting up now? Who's sleep? Okay, she's sleeping. Let's go with her. And they just go from one bed to the next. And because my schedule is so wonky, sometimes they will sleep all day long, right? Because I'll get up early in the morning, and then my wife will get up, and then they'll go in with our daughter, and then after a while they're not in there anymore, and they come out here. By then I'm drowsy, ready for a nap, and they're in bed with me for a couple of hours. And then sometimes my wife takes a nap, and it's offset from mine. And yeah, they spend a lot of time in bed. They're good buddies. They're the best buddies. They're professional buddies. All right, they work on the buddy system, and they always make sure that everybody's always got a buddy. I got a buddy in here somewhere. Yeah, I got Big Buddy over there. Big dog, big face buddy. She's there. Arr. So here's my book of Frederick. Freddie. So this is one of those things that I learned working in plastics. If you look at the inside of this, you see these little cutouts here. These little file folder cutouts here, right? So there's one on this side, and then there's one over here on this side, so that we can stick in this stuff, right? So we can stick files in there, we can stick files in there, and that's where I put my maps. So this map thing, and I think I will. I think I'm going to print out this stuff here. I'll keep this cover page, and I will print out new pages with information, map key, village information, so the stuff that the different villages have and the different traders and that kind of stuff. And a lot of lined paper that I can use for notes, you know, a couple of pages for porthole locations, a couple of places for village locations, yeah, that kind of stuff, where the good mines are, and put together some really righteous pages for the book. And then at some point I will sew them into this really Gucci hard paper that I found in my piles of crap. And so yeah, I went ahead and I cut out my stuff and made pockets and glued it all together. And this is going to be the one first map pretty much of the entire world. The other side, the other pocket, will probably contain another map, and it will be the direction that I go in that's off of this map, right? But I need to extend this map. I'll probably do it during one of my off-air sessions and update the map, because it's going to be kind of boring. I mean, I'll probably build a lot of roads when I'm not on the show, so that I can run down these roads and explore the things that I found along the roads, right? So I'll just take a road and pick a direction and then just go as long as I can go, as far as I can go. And then I'll explore off to the sides. I'll go off north and then go west and then go south and then go east and encompass a giant area and then explore it by cutting roads through it, you know. And it just, it's good therapy for me, really. And it's fun, it's creative, helps me to unwind, gets me away from all of this video stuff, really. Even though while I'm sitting here playing, I'll have the video game on one of these screens here, and I'll have other shit going on. In fact, it gets so cumbersome trying to use the Wi-Fi and the internet completely, because we've got everything relies on the internet now. Everything. The cable TV, which is hardwired right into a cable box and then into the TV, even that requires the Wi-Fi back and forth crap. Then all the apps are, all the TVs are app based, and those are how all require internet service. Connecting, unable to connect, right? 3 computers, 3 phones, 3 televisions. That's a lot of drain on the Wi-Fi stuff. And then there's quite frequently, we're on, most of those, we're on 3 computers. My daughter's on a computer, I'm on 2 computers. We're all on our phones at the same time. Somebody's on the at least one person's on the TV. So it can be pretty draining, you know. I don't know what the hell's going on now. And I've already lost 529 frames this morning. Over an hour and 45 minutes. It's only 0.3%, so it ain't a lot. But I don't know why I'm dropping those frames. It's just one of those technical things. It's a glitch. Son of a glitch. Totally. My map. It's the right size that I can put it on my flatbed scanner and scan it and update it. Take a nice good scan of it and maybe use it as a graphic for the show, right? Sure. I need to burn the edges of it, though. I need to give it a good jagged shape around the edges. Really give it a quick burn on the edges. Maybe pick a spot on the map where there's something specific located that's a surprise, and then burn a hole through that portion of the map, so that, you know, it's like, well, what the hell? Yeah. But create a nice looking old style map, maybe a couple. I might print the pages on a lighter color of this and put them in so that it's got a more, like the map color. So it's got a better feel. I've also got some other types of paper that I might try printing on. Some old papyrus looking stuff. I don't throw a lot of stuff away, so if I dig, I can usually find stuff. In fact, I was just looking over the other day. I went out and I found a bunch of my old, up here next to my TV guides, I found a bunch of my old maps, because I used to go to AAA. I was really into maps before we had GPS and all that shit. Google Maps, Google Earth. So I would be sure to get all the maps I could for Southern California. And here's Los Angeles, San Gabriel Valley, Los Angeles Central and Western area, Los Angeles, San Fernando Valley, another Los Angeles, San Fernando Valley. We've got San Diego Central and Southern area, San Diego Eastern Cities, San Diego North, San Diego Region, San Diego Guide Map, and then here's Yosemite National Park map guide, because we've wanted to go to Yosemite since we first got married, right? I've been a couple of times. My wife has never been to Yosemite, and she really, really wants to go to Yosemite. I've also got a Reno Sparks, Nevada map up there. But, yeah, someday when I got this table here, I'll open up a map and we'll look and see what a map looked like 25 years ago, because those are about 25, 30-year-old maps. I also, I believe I have a Thomas guide around here from forever ago. I can't stand that silence. Let me take it off eco so it stays on. Okay, turn the temperature up. Doesn't have to be cold in here. It just has to be unquiet. Unquiet. Yeah. So, good old world of Frederick here. I'll have to dig up some good antique-looking paper to print on, and then print it out in a nice old English calligraphy scroll type stuff or something. Pick a nice text so it looks handwritten, you know. I might scan this interior thing here, my F with my grapes and scroll work and stuff around the edges, my little sun and moon and cloud. So I may recreate that on a program and print that out as well, and then make it really Gucci before I sew it all into this cover here. Totally. It's just something to do. Arts and crafts crap. You know, bust out the X-Acto knife, people. Get some glue. We're gonna play. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, buddy. All right. So look at that. It's 6:30. Gee, it was just an hour ago. It was 5:30. Yeah, that's how time works, doofus. Totally. Totally. Wow. Starting to wake up now. As much as I am, I'm getting really drowsy. My neck is starting to wake up, which means I just have to find something to put myself into. What, like a leisure suit? Yeah, that's it exactly. A leisure suit. That's what I need, a polyester leisure suit. I mean, with this hairy head, bald hairy head, a leisure suit, that would look absolutely ridiculous. Now I really want it. I really, really want it. Alright, let me get rid of this. Well, let's see. What is it that we are working on today? We are going to do an Inner Sanctum. Hunter from Beyond. Well, let's open up this file here and see what we got as far as material. Do we have the recording? No. Man from Yesterday, Island of Death, The Amazing Death of Mrs. Putnam, The Death Ship, The Telltale Heart. Alright, and then what do we got here? I've got 8 episodes of Inner Sanctum here to turn into videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've only got 6 graphics. Why? I don't have the skull that walked. Or the Island of Death. But that's okay, because that video is done. So let me put that audio in here. So I don't need it. And then the skull that walked. I need that graphic. $415.44. 1944. That's some scary stuff. That Inner Sanctum show is pretty scary. Yeah, people with faint hearts should not be checking it out, you know, because, well, you could die. It could kill you. It's really scary. All right, the skull that walked. Parenthesis. That's not a parenthesis, a quotation. So I got a quotation mark. The skull that walked. Walked. Quotation. All right, let's make it one long line instead of 2 lines. We don't want it stacked. All right, now let's change that font size, drop it down 2 sizes. There we go. And now, Inner Sanctum. Well, who the hell is Inner Sanctum? Do they, holy cow, got a book hiding. I got another book here. Inner Sanctum. Hunter from Beyond, September 7th, 1941. NBC Radio, that's it. NBC Radio. So, NBC Radio broadcast. September 7th, 1941. Why does it say 44 there? Maybe it's a rebroadcast. Oh, Skull That Walked. That's who this is. 1943. Okay, April 14th, 1943. 1943. Yeah, that's it. Alright, now we're going to crop this thing down so it's just a little tag. It's just a little PNG title tag I can just put over like a piece of tape. Like a piece of title tape. There we go. Skull That Walked. And now I will save it. Give it a title. The Skull That Walked. Walked. Okay. So, give you a quick look here at what I created. I created this title graphic. Alright. Now I'm going to save it in that. Oh, wrong place. I need to save it in that same format where my images are located for Inner Sanctum. The Inner Sanctum Mysteries. There we go. So we're going to save it there. Now I have the 7 graphics that I need. Okay. So I can get rid of this program. And that's it. Okay. Well, that's cool. So now I can open up my Windows Clipchamp, my Microsoft Clipchamp video editing program, because it's simple, it's easy, and I know how to use it really well, so I use that one. I need to get into the DaVinci one. I just reset this one, so it's has to log in and upload anything that I use from the cloud, because I like to, it gobbles up a lot of memory, so I like to reset it every time I make a batch of videos, because it'll gobble up like, 10, 15, 20 gigabytes, and hold on to a bunch of stuff because I'm using it. Alright, let me scroll down through all of my video creations here and get down to where I'm doing some old-time radio. And I am starving. Let's see, I need Inner Sanctum. Inner Sanctum Mystery. Inner Sanctum Mystery. And it is not here. So, Bickerson's, Baby Snooks, Night Beat, Captain Midnight, Lone Ranger, Philip Marlowe, Lights Out, Escape, Suspense, Inner Sanctum. There it is. That's right, I turned it all to black and white. That's cool. That's cool. So, let me pop this pup. Ooh, dropped a few more frames. I don't know why. She swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll fry. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Alright, let's see. Let's get rid of these elements I don't need any longer. I don't need the Island of Death, nor its sound. There, I just need that key title graphic. There we go. And now let's import. We need 2 items, I believe. We are going to need the Hunter from Beyond sound and the Hunter from Beyond graphic, and that's it. Everything else is already there. So we just need 3 elements for this video. Used to be 4, now it's 3, because I've combined the title with the episode date, so that way easier to save, preferably. It's not always quicker, but it's easier to put together. Let's fade this in and out. Alright, let's move this down and put it over here. There. Oh. There's the Old Time Radio Wednesday. Ooh, it's spooky, hanging like a ghost. Alright. So here's my graphic that I created. So I just added this element here. And then I've got a ghost Old Time Radio Wednesdays in here. So I'm trying to make it, maybe I want this down here. I think I want it down there. Let me move it down here. See what it looks like. Now I think I'm going to move it back up, halfway between. I think that works. Yeah, bring it down a little bit. And then that ought to do it. That looks good. So this should be about ready here. Yep, there it is. Let's install the sound. Let's line up the end. Whoa. Let's make this a little easier. What the hell? 5 minutes? What? Five minutes. Doesn't say anything about it being a 5-minute episode. So, I am going to run to my resources here and see if I can find out if it is for sure a 5-minute episode, because sometimes it is. I've got an X-1 that's a 15-minute episode. So a lot of them are 20-minute episodes. There's some that are actually 30 minutes. So let's go and type in Inner Sanctum. And pull up an Inner Sanctum file and take a look at the episode. Hunter from Beyond, 525. So that's what it says here, but this might be where I got it. I'd have to put it on and listen to it, but it's running into the mixer, so we'd have to listen to it together, and I'm not about ready to get my show canceled because of some copyright infringement thing. It might turn out to be 5 minutes of music, and then I'm really screwed. Inner Sanctum Mysteries. There's another file. And this one is just a JPEG. Yeah, I don't want a JPEG, man. I want an actual file. Inner Sanctum, radio shows. Minging 'em, hanging 'em. I don't see Hunter from Beyond. So it's not there in that file. Let's check this file. Hunter from Beyond, 525 again. Crap. I hate it when that happens. There's another Inner Sanctum file. This seems like another season. Yeah, this is 1945. And we're looking for 1941. This is 1945, 46, 43, 42. Yeah, this is pretty spread out here. 45. This is a hodgepodge of episodes. Hodgepodge. Hodgeby podgeby. Inner Sanctum. Day by day. Day by day. 1945. Yep. We're looking for a 1941 episode. Inner Sanctum 46, 48, 44, some random episodes. Inner Sanctum 41 to 43. Where is is it? It's not here. It's not there. Huh. 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 Darn it. No hunter from beyond. Okay. That sucks, man. That completely sucks. The Skull It Walked. Inner Sanctum 1947, 49, 49. 45, 49. Episode 50. I don't want that. Darn it. Darn it. Day by day. Shut up. Alright, let me try this from a different approach. It's a different approach. Come on, you can do it. Alright, there's one episode. Show all files. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Lort. L-O-R-T. Lort. Why you gotta play me like that, huh? Why? Tell me why. 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 Woo. No way, man. High school? Oh, jeez. What the hell is this crap? Alright, let's try it again. We're going to type it in again at the beginning. And the same thing. Just one. Just one. And it's a podcast. Doggy. So, I'm going to go to my program guide. And I am going to grab my whiteout. I'm going to go to Hunter from Beyond. And I'm going to white it the fuck out because I can deal with it later. And the next one in line is Death Has Claws. Where's my friggin' pen, man? There it is. So, Death Has Claws. See? Problem dealt with for now. Later I can screw around with it. Alright, so I already have these graphics and everything made. So now I am going to go back into my program. death. And death has claws. Okay, death has claws. We have December 28th, 1941. That's it, man. Right after Pearl Harbor. In fact, the last episode that I did was December 7th. There's an actual radio interruption with the news. Heavy stuff, man. Heavy stuff. So we're getting rid of the Hunter from Beyond. And we are now importing Death Has Claws. So we got Death Has Claws there. And the audio there. So 2 new elements. And let's install the sound. That's some sound. 30 minutes worth. Alright. Let's install the boogity boogity. The other graphic here. Come on, open it up. There we go. Day by day, shut up. There. I like it. I like it. There you go. Death Has Claws. Let's move it over a little bit. There we go. Okay. That is my graphic. Let's fade it in and out as before. This is faded. That does not fade. Let's turn my sound off so I can see it fade in and out. Okay. Okay. There we go. That was pretty basic. And let's export this puppy. 1080. Alright. Now, as long as you go fast, we won't have an argument. It's not too slow. Oh yeah. 2.3. Alright. Okay, so that is working. Need to do this Inner Sanctum and then a night beat, and then at the end of the show I can upload them and have Friday done. I mean, yeah, all the way through Friday. I can work on my weekly programming guide and get that uploaded tonight. I also have to pick out music for the show this evening. And I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with October. Right? I think I'm just going to pick some scary October elements, some stuff, some content. And try to find out what I got as far as original content that I could create, put together. So, barring some kind of unforeseen technical glitch, I should be on this evening with episode Let's see, season 1, episode 2. And tonight is the 13th. Ooh, Friday the 13th. So Friday the 13th is going to be our theme. And we'll pick out some artists that work for Friday the 13th. Hopefully the bad luck won't be getting my show canceled again live because of content. I'll have to check out the video time machine again and make sure that it's still good to go. And I'll be sure to look at last week's music to see that I don't repeat anything. I've got almost 400 songs now to pull from, so finding 16 can take a little while, but it's a pretty good chunk of songs to pick from. At this point, I'm going, now when I go back to pick out more music, I just go and I grab one artist and I try to grab every good sounding song on the playlist and download all of those, stick them into the file. I don't use, the stuff that I use comes directly off of my computer, so I don't play stuff from streaming and then play it through my channel. It all comes off of actual recordings of old 78 records, and I compile just files of songs, old-timey music. I don't categorize them by artist, I categorize them by song title. If I did it by artist, it would be kind of wonky to pick out songs. This way I can just go through a list from A to Z or Z to A and just pick out artists. Here's 4 songs. That's what we're playing next. Okay, let's scroll down a bit. Let's play 4 of these songs. Let's start at the top and pick out one here and then go way down and pick out one here and go way down and pick out one. Let's reverse it and go backwards alphabetically. And that's how I line up music. So the more music I have to choose from, it can be a little time consuming to pick out the songs, but it's a hell of a lot more variety. Alright, this thing says 13.7% and 45 minutes remaining. It shouldn't take 45 minutes. This is the only one that I'm going to be saving before the end of the show, so that I don't have to go long again to end my show. In fact, I might end it short so that I could get into back into video editing, because video editing is like my whole main thing, sitting here making little videos. It's what I do. It's how I enjoy my time here on planet Earth, curating collections of crap. Totally. Totally. Yeah, still dreaming of that big giant 10,000 square foot warehouse, you know, on 10 acres or more. That's it. That's all I want. I'd move right in, dirt floor and all. I would just pitch a tent in a corner, put an outhouse in another corner, and just start building. That's it. You know, it's like, where do we want our room to be? Let's build it here. Let's put some tree. Let's put a tree behind it. Let's put a little path through a garden over here. Where's our bathroom? Our bathroom's over there. Okay, well, let's make a nice little cool lit path to the bathroom. It's all going to be indoors, right? I mean, imagine you're around and you're walking. You leave your bedroom, right, and you walk outside, which isn't really outside because you're inside of a giant warehouse, but you walk outside onto a little lit path with plants, and you can see the animals and bats and stuff scurrying around, right? And as you're walking down this path, it lights in front of you, right? Not only does it light in front of you, anticipating where you're going, but the heater heats your path along the way and blows hot air up at you as you're walking down this path. So you're not even cold at night walking to the bathroom. And then you get to you walk up, and the steps light up as you get there. The door opens up, you go in, the bathroom lights up, and you're in, like, everywhere you go, it's like another world, right? The shower is indoor and outdoor because you're never really outdoors, right? It's more like a waterfall than a shower. Yeah, now I get really excited thinking about living in a giant 10,000 square foot warehouse with a dirt floor, because the possibilities are endless. And because it's completely enclosed, you don't have the prying eyes of the county officials looking to see what you're building, right? Which is always the bummer. Now, mind you, you build everything to code so that if ever there's an issue or you want to sell it, there you go. But build an entire world inside of this warehouse. 10,000 square foot or bigger. But it's got to have forest and rainforest and jungle, and it's got to have moving water, you know. It's got to have, you look up, the sunlight coming through overhanging branches, you know, and there's a mist in the air, and there's birds and squirrels and wildlife living in there that are actually your friends that you take care of, you know. And then they eat the insects and create fertilizer and do all these other things for you, right? So you have this, you know, symbiotic relationship with nature inside of an artificial structure. That would be really, really heavy, you know. Animal pins that go from inside to the outside world, but are still enclosed so that they're safe from predators and weather, you know. Wildlife on the property can come into areas and meander through portions of the interior and exterior little rooms and worlds and stuff, right? Can you see it? You know? Can you see a herd of elk moving through your property and then at some point making it into a little cave that you created, because that's where you feed them, and they meander through, and there's an actual viewing place where you can look into, hang out with these elk and these deer and these different animals. You know, that shit. You know, squirrels that eat out of your hands, hummingbirds that come in through different areas. They can come and go. Birds can come and go. Animals can come and go. You know, but only specific kinds through specific doorways, right? Coyotes and wolves and shit can't get in. They can't get to the little guys. They can't get to the other animals. But the other little animals can come through, you know. Sure, a wolf could come through where the elk come through, but chances are they won't unless they become friendly and want to take stuff out of the hands of a human, right? That's some wildlife weird shit right there, man. That's some crazy stuff. Yeah, I mean, we're going to get a little bit of window weather here soon. And we'll probably get, usually it's like a week, 2 weeks of window weather where it's really, really nice outside all day long. And you can have the windows and doors open and stuff. But it only lasts about a week, and then it just gets too cold, you know. And then it's too cold or too windy, or in this case, it's too stinky from the fire smoke. Oy, I feel your pain. Yeah. You know, and if you've got big, giant water resources, so that you can have a giant pond, right? So that, and some water tanks and water towers, underground water resources, big giant pumps, and the most importantly, big giant sprinklers, right? If you've got big giant sprinklers coming up along the giant warehouse, right? So that if, heaven forbid, there's a fire situation, you just crank on these pumps and generators and shit, and you just start pumping water out on these flames to keep them away, or at least keep your shit safe. Create a safe haven for the wildlife that you've befriended, right? Yeah. Totally. I would just love to, but I'm creating my own little world to hide in. It would be like a Minecraft thing. It would be Minecraft / The Sims / tiny homes, right? Because the whole tiny home thing would totally enter into it, because there would be these little tiny dwellings and buildings and outbuildings and stuff within the warehouse, separated by little gardens and pathways and stuff. Yeah. And also have stuff outside. You have an outside world as well, where you've got friends that want to live on the property, but they want to live out in the real world. That's cool. Tiny homes all over, man. Just a big giant 100-acre wood with an interior world and an exterior world, and they all kind of meld together. You go into a cave and realize that, wow, you're actually in a warehouse where the world is, but you don't know it, because it's like you walk into a cave and then you walk into this like a subterranean world, like Journey to the Center of the Earth, right? It should have that kind of feel down there. Different light filters and stuff that you can use to create the illusion of there being no ceiling, but at the same time being enclosed in an underground and a subterranean. Yeah, totally, man. I'm totally digging on it. Now I feel like I want to get into Minecraft and create something like that, right? Totally. Let me figure out what it would look like in Minecraft to have a giant warehouse, and then build that giant warehouse in Minecraft, and then inside that warehouse create the little rooms and dwellings and stuff, and then outside create and then once you've got it done, then cover it and encase it in something to make it look like a giant boulder out in the middle of 100-acre wood somewhere, so it doesn't look like a warehouse, right? Yeah, build it all in Minecraft and see what that looks like. Totally. Because if I won the lottery, not that I play much, but that seems like a logical expense, would be to buy a big giant 100-acre wood and plop a warehouse down, and then hire a couple of contractors to live there and build shit for me, right? All right, build me this little dwelling here. Yeah, take us a couple of days. At first, the inside of the warehouse would be a few motorhomes and trailers and that kind of stuff. Canopies and tents and little decks set up in a corner for people to live while we're designing the rest of the place, right? 10,000 feet ain't enough. We won the lottery. Well, let's build 4 of them side by side and connect them, Sure.
What are you guys building out there? A movie studio? You growing pot?
Nah, we're just living, man. We're just living. Seems like a lot to do this close to the end, right? Which is why I spend most of my days here, because I feel like I'm curating parts of my life here, saving it for posterity. That's really going to come to play when I get seriously back into creating original content. I'm going to have to go to school. I'm going to have to learn how to use a bunch of new programming and stuff, and then probably upgrade a few things and do a monthly on some stuff so that I can have access to unlimited resources in creating these videos. Because at this point, I've pretty much got unlimited access to a couple of programs and their resources. And that's great because I can just scroll through for hours and find, 10,000 different swooshes, right, in sound effects. Find, 1,000 different videos of a lighter lighting up or a TV screen, right? I mean, just, endless supplies of stuff. And I can take it and alter it, so that it becomes original in its appearance, in its use. So music videos. I'm going to start working on some concert footage music videos, and then start compiling more material, more elements for my own music video that I've been sitting on for like a year now. Since I created this song about a year ago, and it's gone through the process of becoming a song from just a few words and a melody, and it and it's been recorded, and now I need to work on the video, and I've just been putting it off because of melancholia and just no drive to do anything that creative. But summer's just about over, and I feel the creative juices flowing again. So I'm trying real hard to get this channel programming stuff set for all the way through October, right? So that basically I've got time to spend doing my own thing. A video time machine episode takes about a day to put together, and then to get checked out, and then re-edit. It's about a day. It takes an hour or so to pick out a show for the music for that Friday show. So in about a day I can put together the show. Since I already have the video time machine for tonight, I just need to pick out the music and decide what I'm going to talk about. Another thing that I was thinking about doing was I was trying to figure out how to do some kind of drawing or game or something that we can play every single Friday night, right? Get somebody in the comments. Okay, it looks like we got somebody in the comments. Let's pull out the Simon, and let's do as Simon says. All right, what's the first color Simon's going to do? All right, let's see if he does it. Give us the first color, Simon. Hey, you got it right. Okay, you got to get 2 more colors right, and then you win, right? And do something like that. If you can outthink Simon and tell us what Simon's going to say, then you win. And I think that's pretty cool because you get 4 chances to get it right, right? Or you get 4. The odds are 4 to 1, right? Is that what it is? So red, yellow, green, blue. That's it. You got to pick one of those colors. If it hits on your color 3 times, I was going to say 4 times because it's 4 colors. But if it hits on your colors 3 times, then you win. And then it'll be just a matter of, well, what the hell do you win, right? So what I might do is come up with a way to do some kind of giveaway thing. And because I've got a lot, I mean, it's not like I can like give away T-shirts or mugs or stickers or something, because I don't have that kind of merchandise crap. Now, what I could send you is like, I could send you vintage stuff, which I have a lot of. You know, let me send you a vintage 45 and or an LP or an 8-track or something, right, along those lines. What was your favorite TV show, your favorite movie, this and that, yada, yada, yada. Have some kind of questionnaire that you fill out that gives me an idea of what I can put together, right? Of course, I got to have money to do this, because I've already gotten myself into trouble putting together packages of stuff to send to different people and have no way to send them to people. So I've got to come up with a cheap solution before I can do the Simon Says thing, right? Now I can put a 45 record into a little piece of cardboard chip so that it's safe, and put that into, but even then, if I send it media mail, it's still going to cost like $4. But if I send it, you know, just as a little record, you know, how much does that cost? You know, just to send this as like in an envelope. Because I could fit it into a standard letter size envelope, backed up with cardboard so that it goes in there stiff, right? And then a photo of myself going, huh, right? I don't know. That seems like a cheap and easy solution to do some kind of back and forth with the people, man. With the people. Just gotta do the people, man. But I've got like stacks and stacks and stacks of 45s and 8-tracks and LPs and stuff. So yeah, I got a lot to part with that is not going to hurt me. So if I can come up with ways to send stuff that's cheap, like if I just do 45 records, because 45 records are small and I can put them in a small thing and it only costs like $1 or something, that I could do, right? It's like, all right, you know, $1 a week to go down to the post office and mail something off for somebody, as opposed to $40, $50 for a package of way too much stuff, or even a bag with like a T-shirt in it. Even a T-shirt alone is going to cost, you know, $4-5 to ship. So it's a non-profit channel. I ain't looking to make money on this, but I ain't looking to spend a whole lot. I do have a lot of stuff to give away. The only bummer is I gotta have it shipped in order to give it away, you know. And a 45 is like worth about 50 cents. So to spend, you know, more than $1 to ship it seems a little excessive. So I gotta come up with something. I gotta come up with something, you know. Some way to interact. And get around all this crap here, because I got a lot of crap to get rid of. I don't want to say, okay, you won, pay for shipping. Right? I mean, if it was like you won this boombox from 1984, it works, but you got to pay for shipping. Then that would be different. If they really want it, well, hell yeah, I'll pay the $50 to have it shipped, you know. So, yeah. I mean, stereos are real hard to ship because of the speakers and the weight of old style, old school stuff. Solid state, man. It's heavy shit. So, and then it's got to be packaged in a lot of foam, right? So I think a lot of the shit I'm going to be giving away, at the reunion, which is pretty cool, because there hopefully will be a lot of people there and a lot of people anxious to take home vintage gifts right? Totally. Yeah, have a bunch of stuff set up to give away during drawings, right? And have a bunch of drawings set up where, okay, look, each person is able to sign up for 2 drawings. All right? And that's it. And we'll raffle up a bunch of names and figure out a way to make it so that everybody who plays has an even chance of getting stuff, Little stuff, big stuff, well, I'm going to try for the big thing and the little thing because nobody's trying for this. There you go. And maybe have it listed out, like an open auction type thing. It's like, this is how many people have signed up for this drawing. This is how many people have signed up for this drawing. Only 3 people. I'm going to go over here. My odds are better. I'm going to win over here. But then by the end of the weekend, by Sunday night, by the drawing, there could be like, it could have switched. Now there's more people for this one, and then nobody else has signed up for this one. Right? Right? Who is this guy? What the hell is he talking about? I don't know. I get excited. I get real excited talking about stuff, which gets me pumped up and allows me the energy to work on shit. Like, I still have yet to put together the Wednesday Elsinore Brothers and Sisters Live. Mainly because I haven't any word on t-shirts yet, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, right? At some point, I'm hoping that I can get somebody a t-shirt in the mail and have them on the show, and get others to buy shirts for donation, and get them on the show with their shirts, so that more and more people can see what's going on. That, hey, this is real. This is a real cause. We're doing a thing here. We're gonna have a real good time. Yeah, baby. I haven't heard about shirts yet, but I expect to hear, because it's Friday, I expect to hear from them today, and if not, I will be calling them this evening before the end of business day. So I'm looking at probably 4 o'clock. I will call the t-shirt place. I also have to check my email to see if I've gotten anything. I asked that they send me a text, if they were going to send me an email, to send me a text and let me know, because I don't check my email that much. I've got like 37,000 unopened emails. At least 37,000 unopened emails. And it's just because most of it's crap. And I don't want to waste my time clicking on boxes to delete crap. It's not what my time is for. My time is not for digging through piles of 1s and 0s to find crap. That's not, no. So I just leave it. If there is something that I need to find, I'll search for it in the emails, because you can do that. Or I'll star something that I want to go back to. Or I'll just say, hey, let me know when you send the email and what day, and then I can just scroll down to that day and find it. I'm hoping that they just use the same email and just reply to that same email, and we can just keep a running record of what's going on. That's what I'm hoping. Easier for me. I can just print those things out, stick them in my file. Basically, what I need from them right now is to know that I can go down there, pay for the ink, and get some samples made, and then go down there and say, look, I've got orders for this many shirts and this much money. This much money should cover those shirts, plus pay off some of the balance to get the quantity that we require to get this price per shirt, right? And I take the money from the shirts and pay off the balance of that quantity first, and then everything after that then goes into savings until it's time to produce another shirt. And then I pull a little bit out, start that shirt, use the money for that shirt to pay off of that balance of shirts, and then take that balance of money and funnel it away. Bring a little of that money out of savings to start the next batch, and so on. And then return it and keep increasing the savings. And that's the best way I can come up with doing this. And try to get as many people as possible to do it the old school way. Take an envelope and cash check or money order made out to me, stick it in an envelope with the size, the color, and the logo. Logo number 1, color choice blue. You get 2 choices per shirt, because you're going to have 1 ink choice. You're going to get 1 ink choice and 2 shirt colors, and that's it. Sometimes only 1 shirt color, because that's just the way the shirt is. Like, there's 1 shirt I can think of that's a gray shirt, and that's all it's going to be. Yeah, so you give me your shirt size, the choice, and the color of the shirt. And I get that information to the shirt people in a bulk order. It's like, okay, I'm up to 20 now here. Give me 20 shirts. Most of the shirts are large or extra large or medium, so give me extras. Or I need this many shirts for the order, plus I need a couple of extra shirts for people who are going to be on the show. And they're going to buy a shirt, but I need to get them a shirt now so that they can be on the show. So yeah, I need shirts. That's it. I'm excited about shirts. I guess I could probably take them my other business card, because I do handyman work and stuff and house cleaning and whatnot. Maybe we can work out a little deal to start. I want to hook them up, and I want to make them a lot of money, right? Because I want to make a lot of t-shirts, and I need to make a lot of money. So if I have to make a lot of money, they're going to make a lot of money too. That's my thing. I'm not a money guy, but this is going to require that guy. So I got to be that guy. I'm going to put on that hat and be the money guy. It's going to take a little while to get warmed up. 15 minutes remaining on this 73.7% saved already. And it's just about 7:30. So this is going to finish up. I'll get another video ready. Well, yeah, I'll get another video ready, close it up, do my end, and then after the show is over, I'll probably restart this computer and then save that one out, and then upload those 2 and have my programming done, and then get into finishing off stuff all the way through October, right? And then look into special October programming all the way up into Halloween and Halloween night. I have to dig into an old file from a couple of hard drives ago that I compiled a bunch of sound effects and weird stuff, and chains rattling, and a couple of records from back then, and the entire sound from those records. Halloween stuff. One is a story using a bunch of crazy sound effects, and then the other side of the album is just those crazy sound effects and noises and music and stuff. So, and a bunch of other stuff that I put together. At one point, I wanted to create a Halloween adventure so that when people came to the door, it was more than just coming to the door, but it was like walking up to the door would be a big adventure, and then you walk into the door, and then you'd come into the house, and it would be a big adventure. And it never got there, of course. But it was, you know, it was one of those things where I've had fun planning it. You know, had it panned out, it would have been nice, but yeah, I still had the whole putting it all together thing. So I've got to dig up a bunch of that shit and see what that's going to get me on the channel. I need to find a bunch of content that's Halloween related. Try to gear some of my show stuff toward Halloween stuff, right? It's like, okay, I'm gonna, between now and then, what I should be doing on Minecraft is raising a shitload of pumpkins, right? And then carve a shitload of jack-o'-lanterns. Just make jack-o'-lantern after jack-o'-lantern after, and set them on the fence all the way around the ranch, right? Just tons of jack-o'-lanterns everywhere. That'd be cool. Just litter them all over the property. Because they light up, right? And they're going to be good at scaring the mobs away, too. So, that's what I should. I should have worn one on my head when the ender was fucking with me. Right? I'll have to take one with me when I go into the cave. Because those are the one things that I don't like, right? Are those fucking endermen. Because they just keep bopping around and you try to shoot them and they take off. And, you know, the only thing that saves you is being in a short space or being around water, right? And you accidentally look at them and you're fucked. You're just fucked. They fuck you at the drive-thru. Yeah. Good old, coffee, damn it. I'm going to have to get some more coffee here. I guess I'll wait. Well, half an hour to go. I'm going to get coffee. I'm going to do it. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Ever my companion, big-faced dog. She's always there, always sitting over there in the corner. Yep. Wherever I go, there she is. That's cool. That's cool. I understand. I get it. I get it. I get it. She misses the old man, so she hangs on to me. Somehow she gets it, right? That's why she latched onto me. It's funny that she latched onto me, but she's a guy's dog. She's just the way she is. She just, you know, I guess being raised by my father, that's natural. The other dogs, they're mama's babies, right? Whatever mom says goes. If mom's doing something, they're all over it. Yeah, sure, they follow me around, and they sleep with me, and they play with me, and they do all of that. But if mom's doing something, boom, they're with her. And for some reason, they know that. They know that Mom is where it's at. But for the most part, she's the mom. She's the one that gives them baths, because my back can't handle getting down in there and doing that. And they don't put up with my bullshit like they do with Mom. If Mom's doing something, they just suffer with it. If I do something, they cop an attitude and want to fight me over it, right? Come on, punk, what do you want? Yeah, it's kind of funny. But then again, if Mom tries to grab one of them in play, the game's on. Pardon me.
Oh, yeah, baby. Hot. Hot, hot, hot.
But that big dog there. Yep. I'm telling you. What's going on? I heard a sound. I'll be right back. All right, well, pardon me. Mom's awake, so she's taken off to go help a friend today. A friend who used to do our dog grooming until she retired. But she keeps in contact with everybody. She makes a friend. It's a friend for life. Yeah. That's cool. Everybody needs a friend like Mylita. Oh, Mylita. Anyways, so it looks like I got 6 minutes on saving this Inner Sanctum Mysteries episode, and then I'll put together the night beat, and then it looks like we'll be done here. And then I am going to finish off my programming for the week and get that done, knocked out. Bada bing bang boom. Get on to picking out the nighttime music and put together some kind of end to the show, some kind of last half hour deal, which will probably include music and games and what do you call it? Shoot, I better drink some coffee. Trivia. That's it. That's the word, trivia. George. Hot. Sweet and hot. Oh, yeah. So, it's Friday the 13th, so I need to try to figure out some kind of method for tonight's show that's going to give us a theme somewhere resembling Friday the 13th. It's not Halloween, but maybe I'll do something with luck, right? He's down on his luck. I don't know. Luck. Bad luck, good luck, lucky guy, unlucky, lucky in love, luck, luck, luck. So Friday the 13th is about bad luck, right? So let's try to fashion the show around that theme, luck. Bad luck, good luck, that kind of stuff. So if I get my act together, I'll try to find a few songs that maybe I can just type in luck, lucky, and see what I get. See if that word hits on something that I can use. It's the best I can do.
That's the best I can do.
So I'll put together a show for tonight. Finish off the programming for next week. Find some more elements for my music video stuff. And then try to continue the catalog, the video catalog, so that I don't have to spend like an hour, hour and a half updating it like I did last night. But it's updated. So now when I get a chance, I can print it out as it is. And then as I add to it, I can just print out the page, the following page that I update. And that's it. You know, I got a new page here. Let's print that one out and stick it in the book. Keep a running tab on everything that I'm doing. At some point, I'm just going to go back and download all of my live stuff onto my computer. But I'm running out of hard drive, so I can't even think about that now. I wish like in Minecraft, you could just build a hard drive. You know, let me just build myself another hard drive. Bada bing bang boom. Yeah, of course, I could probably do that today, but I would have to buy a kit, right? Buy a hard drive kit. And that'd be easy to do if it was like a big desktop computer. I could just whoosh, jam another hard drive into it, install it, and boom, I'm good to go. But this ain't that. So I gotta do it, you know. I'm doing what I can with what I got. That's all I can do. That's it. I can't do any more. I could probably do a whole lot less. But I'm going to try to do more. More. Big dog. She's a Scion. Little white dog, Ollie, he was up running around. He's awake now. Pretty soon I'll hear him outside screaming at the world. The world pisses him off. He can get pretty upset. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. He's one rowdy little dude. You don't want to piss him off. Yeah. Oh yeah. His hackles, boy, they go up. He gets about 3 times his size. 2 minutes remaining on that save. Which is going to put us to where I figured we'd be at about a quarter till. Well, that's enough time to put together the video and get it ready. I'll have to save it up after the show, of course, but at least I'll be ready to save it out, and then I'll be ready to create the rest of the catalog for the next month and a half on those 2 shows. Night Beat, I've got to have at least 6 to 8 of them. Inner Sanctum, I just need to do 2 or 3 more, but I'll do whatever's in the file there. But then again, I'm running out of hard drive space. So I'm going to have to plug in this other external hard drive and see what's shaking. See what's shaking bacon. Yes, sirree, Babarooney. Uh-huh. Yep. Oh, so many things to do. So many. I wish I was 3 people. I'd get so much more. I used to be 3 people. You know, back when insomnia was really fun and it allowed me to do a lot of different stuff, you know. And now it's just insomnia leads to sleep deprivation and being tired all the time, you know. I guess insomnia catches up with you eventually. You lead a double life and you're twice as old, twice as fast. I guess. Is that how it works? That's how it feels. Yeah. Alright. Screen just went dark over here. Yep, there you go. It's saved. It's done. It's done. It's finalizing the save. Now I can prep the next video for after the show. And we're that much closer to the programming for the week. So Night Beat is the next one I need. Where's my Night Beat video? It's pretty far down. Pretty far down, pretty far down, pretty far down, pretty far down. Come on now. Come on now, come on now. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, for the Night Beat. There we go. The Night Watchman was the last episode we made. Now we gotta go over to Night Beat. Girl from Kansas, So I Wish You Were Dead. Harlan Matthews, Stamp Dealer. The Girl from Kansas. So we've got, wow, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got graphics for 6 out of 10, 12 episodes here. 6 is enough to get me through to the end of October. Right, because I've got 1 more week to program. And there's 5 weeks in October. So there's that. So that's easy peasy. That's easy as peasiest. And the episode is I Wish You Were Dead. Oh, I like that one. That's actually a really good episode. That's one that I have heard a number of times, and it's always good. Let's see, 1950, May 22nd. Oh, good. 22nd. That's it. Bada bing. Now let's pick up I Wish You Were Dead. Actually, let's get rid of this stuff first. We don't need all of this in here now. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. You guys know what I'm doing. I'm just deleting stuff from this video editing program. Old Time Radio and Night Beat. I Wish You Were Dead. There's the graphic, and Girl in the Park. Already done that one. Alrighty. Alright, let's see. Let's find my video. I Know Your Secret. Where is... Oh, audio files. That's right, I've got a whole bunch of audio files that I've had forever. And it is in that file. So here we go. Where is I Wish You Were Dead? There it is. I Wish You Were Dead. 2932. Alright. Now, I can go back and grab I Wish You Were Dead. Graphic. Open that graphic. Install that graphic. That video is processing. Well, I mean, I guess I could show this stuff. It's pretty basic, but there we go. But this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. Yeah. Let's take a look at it. Oh yeah, that looks good. It's a little low. Let me raise it up a little bit. Yeah, it looks good. Good enough. Alright, I'll raise it up a little more. Just a little bit more. Alright, that looks better. And it's faded. Just waiting on this audio. Just waiting on the audio. Waiting on the audio. Ooh, 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 ooh. Gonna pop the audio in now. Ooh, 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 ooh. 1950. Is that what year we're in? 1950. There it is. Alright, we're just about ready. Just about ready to put in the audio. And then we'll be ready. 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 Ready to save now. Gonna save later. Alright, pop that audio in. Go to the end. Line up the graphics. Okay, fade in, fade out, fade in, fade out. The audio does not fade in and out. Get rid of these guys, get rid of these guys. Go here, go there. I'll shrink this puppy down. And it is ready to save. There we go. We're going to close it out. It's already synced. Let's close this program out. There you go. That's that. And wow, we're not too far behind. Pretty cool. The live is pretty live today. It's pretty and it's live. It's a pretty live. Alright, so all I need to do now is bring up my closing credits. That's it. Bring up the closing credits now. And get it ready. And then I'll be ready to end my show. Such as it is. I mean, it's, you know, it's not really a show, so I don't really need opening and closing credits, but it's fun. So I do it.
So I do it anyway. Anyway, good morning, people. Let's have some coffee. Toast. Good morning. Good morning, toast. I'm hungry. I could use some toast. You know what I mean? Some little toasted, some cinnamon raisin toast. That sounds really good. But first, a bong hit to say goodbye to everyone and good morning to everyone. And I hope everyone has a pleasant day and an awesome weekend. I hope that we miraculously get busy. But I ain't counting on it. Not right away, anyway. Yeah. The weekend. What are y'all doing this weekend? I don't think we got anything planned this weekend. Nope. I guess more of the same. Try to get out to the yard, do a little out there. Try to get these cars, something with the cars, do car stuff, house stuff. Okay, car stuff and house stuff, that's usually it, right? You get car stuff and house stuff done, and then you can do work stuff. Ah, boy. Hot cheese. All right, where am I at? I'm doing a bong hit here. Let's try to stay on topic, okay? Jeez. It's like I got one job, Come on, try to stay on it. I guess I'm going to start taking raw video, and rather than deleting it, because I've created videos out of that raw video, rather than deleting the raw video, copy it onto DVD, because it's small files when it's raw video, and just compile a bunch of DVDs with those files. Do one first with as many on it as I can, and then see what the playability is on a DVD player. And if I can use it that way, then it's golden, man. I'll make two of each. That'll be the bibbity bomb there. Well, that's crazy talk, man. That's absolutely fantastically tastic crazy talk. Yeah. So that's something I should get into. That'll help the whole memory thing, right? Because I've got a lot of those files of raw stuff that I've already used the material, and I just need to shove it over somewhere else and free up some space. Yeah, so I should do one disc and then check the usability of it. Is it worth the hassle? I'm hoping yes. I'm hoping it'll be worth burning them off onto DVD. And it'll help in this madness I call my channel, right? All right, people. I'm gonna say cheers and adios because I got stuff to do, baby. Mrs. is gonna be taken off soon, so I want to go say goodbye. So goodbye to you, goodbye to you, goodbye to you. I will see you this evening, and if not, I will see you bright and early Monday morning. All right, people, let me get over here and do a little of this and start this video. Get this video rolling. All right, people,
y'all need to take care of yourselves. Do something for yourself, but do something for everyone else as well. Like, get your foot out of your mouth. All right, people, love you. Take care. Be kind. Spread peace and love. But most especially, stay weird. Because if you ain't weird, nobody's going to do it for you. Adios.